fastest stretches on record in the state of California for a good portion of the northern part of the state at least. And look at what's coming. That's a satellite picture, that big swirl of low pressure. That's the B-Cyclone, a storm that has gotten a lot stronger quickly over the past couple days. But that tail of cloud cover that you can see that stretches from the coastline of California all the way back to Honolulu in Hawaii, that's the Pineapple Express, this atmospheric river that pumps in huge amounts, copious amounts of atmospheric moisture and right in California. That's the concern here in the short term. The rain has already started with the warm front that's moved to shore. Cyclone, that deepened 28 millibars in a 24-hour period. So by definition, it met that criteria of bombogenesis. Now the intensity is weakening slightly. That's not important. What's important is the position of that actual area of low pressure because of where it put that tail of moisture that you could see on satellite from Hawaii to the California coastline. So here comes all that moisture. This is what's occurred just going back to Christmas Day, December the 25th. San Francisco has recorded more than 9 inches of rain just in that week and a half's time. Keep in mind that if you double that number in San Francisco, that's what the city typically picks up in a whole calendar year. You've had that in a week and a half. So that's what's preceded the storm system, which is expected to produce more huge amounts of rain. The wind gusts have already brought significant power outages to the Golden State. More than 65,000 customers right now are without power. And as the wind gusts ramp up through this evening and overnight, on top of root structures that have been weakened by the preceding storms and saturated grounds, that's why we're expecting that number to go up still for the next 24 hours. And as this storm progresses, concerns of mudslides and flooding, especially in burn-scarred areas, those concerns are growing.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the
as yet another tonight, a state of emergency in California where tens of millions are under flood and wind alerts as yet another major storm, a B-Cyclone as forecasters describe it, threatens the state. Miguel Almaguer is in San Francisco. Miguel, what's it looking like so far?
Well, Lester, good evening. We're still waiting for the next man in the front end of this storm, but forecasters call this weather system, quote, brutal and life-threatening. And because California was just crushed by a storm a few days ago, even a few inches of rain could be catastrophic.
Now in a state of emergency, this is exactly what California is bracing for. The front of a new winter storm forecasted to be potentially more powerful than the system that triggered daring rescues, widespread flooding, and washed out roads.
We need the rain, but we don't need it all at once.
After spending days underwater, 33 million are under flood watches tonight. Bay Area cities on high alert.
This is an extreme weather event, and we're moving from extreme drought to extreme flood.
With up to 8 inches of rain possible across California and 4 feet of snow with 100-mile-an-hour winds in the mountains, a B-Cyclone connected to a strong atmospheric river will wallop the West. Over the next 7 days, 3 separate atmospheric rivers could drop up to 20 inches of rain. A storm system powerful enough to strand drivers, trigger landslides, and swallow roads again.
It was like a full river. You couldn't stand where you're standing right now. It would take you down.
Brace for an onslaught of wicked weather. The storm system that did this damage fueled 17 reported tornadoes in states like Arkansas and Alabama. Today, the South still swamped. Parts of Kentucky underwater. Roads and cars disappearing in Georgia. Back in California, the cleanup from the first storm is still underway, just as the next one barrels down and promises to deliver a devastating blow. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, San Francisco.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
Shalom, give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yosha Bashem Rakakadata, honors to the elders and apostles, men in the truth and down, regarding this truth and knowledge. The Wadi Abashim Yishap with the spirit of the elders and apostles, and the men on truth on down, regardless we can know this truth and knowledge, they'll learn this truth and knowledge. And Call holy Yabashim Yashab Bashim Rakakadash. Give all praise Yabashim Yashab Rakakadash. That was relating to a bomb cyclone, a Pineapple Express. Pretty much California in a state of emergency of a new storm that takes aim, forecasted potential more powerful than the system that triggered during the rescues, the widespread. That was Miguel Algamer reporting on that. So California's under a state of emergency, 33 million. Under a severe flood watch, man. That was an NBC news report. The other one was a Fox Weather. I want to get what is a bomb cyclone? There's some reports here. Continuing. We're gonna get that word what a cyclone is, and we'll get the other one, Pineapple Express. There's another one. There's more articles relating to that. NPR, National Press Review. So, more extension of this rain can continue on. This cyclone blame a strong wind cycle to California area in the North California in the next 7 days. It could bring up to potentially 20 inches of rain. Here's go. So. It's a state of emergency in that area. This is like San Francisco area, northern California, the San Francisco Bay Area. And we've been having weird weather from snow to floods and different things going across the country, man. Plus, California had earthquakes. And they said a report predicted that was going to be, a 7.0 in the future, possibly. You had 5.4 and you had a 6.4 relating to last month. So a lot of cycles of strange weather patterns and different things happen across the country. Get bomb cyclone. We'll see what that is. A bomb cyclone, explosive cyclogenesis. Cyclogenesis is the rapid deepening of extratropical cyclonic low pressure area. Changes in the pressures needed to classify something as explosive. Cyclogenesis is latitude dependent. What is a bomb cyclone? A bomb cyclone is a term given to a rapidly strengthening storm that fulfills one important criteria. Generally, pressures must drop from 24 millibars, a unit of pressure, within the 24 hours. However, that benchmark is also based on the latitude of the storm. So pretty much the pressure of how strong the wind will be, man. How strong is a bomb cyclone? Bomb cyclones are often occurring in the fall or winter, typically producing heavy rain or snow or coastal flooding and hurricane force wind gusts. Because the wind gusts, they would say, would be about over 100, so it has the power of a hurricane, potentially. For example, one that hits New England this year dumped as much as 2 feet of snow, and another that hit the Pacific Northwest in 2019 produced 106-mile wind gust. So these bomb cyclones are very powerful, man. And that's what California is experiencing right now. The mudslides, the extreme flooding. high waters, a lot of water, man. Areas is flooded, man. Cars are stalled, look like they're underwater, man. Let's get that word pineapple. Pineapple Express. So that's the pattern that's hitting. San Francisco, the top part of California, pretty much the whole area of California, man. All right, let's get a Pineapple Express, see what that is. All right, Pineapple Express. Well-known example of a strong atmospheric river is called a Pineapple Express because moisture builds up in the tropical Pacific around Hawaii and can wallop the U.S. and U.S.-Canada West Coast with heavy rain and snow, and that's what's happening. The bomb cyclone, the pineapple effect, that cyclonic wave of a wind, strong wind, hurricanic type wind, and that's what California's getting, man. You know, all that wind and water, man, is causing the flooding, man. Pineapple Express is an example of the atmospheric river, which is more general term for such relatively narrow corridors of enhanced water vapor transport. And ultimately, the Lord is doing a number in this country, man. Just put in modern terms, man, spiritual modern terms. The Lord is doing damage in this country, man, especially in California and different parts of areas in this country, man. So they just keep it simplified like that, man. Some weather scriptures. Psalms 148:8. Fire, hail, snow, vapor, stormy winds, fulfilling his word. These elements, man, fulfilling Yahweh Shemishah's word, man. I'm going to get Matthew's 16:2-3. And he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but ye can't discern the signs of the time. So you can totally, Pharisees, I believe. So you could discern, you know, relating to weather and all these things, but you can't discern the obvious to what's happening, man, regarding the signs of the times, relating to what the Lord is doing, man. And we are in the signs of the times relating to prophecy being fulfilled, man. You know, that's what we're seeing, man. Nahum 1:3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not all acquit. Acquit means to exonerate or set free the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet, man. So he's not going to quit the wicked, man. And the Lord is executing judgment upon this place, man. You know, 37:9 and Job 37:9. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and the cold out of the north. So that cold is coming out, man. The Lord is sending cold in the northeast, sending it in the central, the south. He's sending it out west. The Lord is sending different, pretty much different elements of weather upon, for example, here in America, man. In different parts of, from the west coast, the east coast, the Midwest. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in different places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights. And great signs shall there be from heaven. So the Lord is sending great signs. He's sending pestilence, fearful sights, and different types of weather patterns, and different types of different types of weather patterns and different types of signs before he sends his son, man. You know. These are different things, great signs, great the blood moons, the chariot sightings, which you call unidentified flying objects. Yeah, the sci-fi. To most people, they laugh at this, but it's chariot sightings. Ask the military; they know about them. So the fearful sights and great signs, pretty much these forms of signs that the Lord is using to manifest on this place, man, on earth, man. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, man. Woe unto you, the inhabitants, 2nd Ezra 15:14, man. That's relating to woe is for destruction, man. Let me go back a few scriptures. Let me see. Go to Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, which is an army, with thunder, with earthquakes. You're seeing thunder, you're seeing earthquakes, you're seeing earthquakes in different places all over the world. You're seeing great noise, storms, tempests relating to the storms, flames, fires, floods, all types of storms, hurricanes, cyclone bombs, cyclone bombs, yeah, cyclone bombs, and the pineapple expresses, all these different pattern of name weather patterns the Lord is using, man. So he's visiting this place using these elements, man. The elements of earthquake, the tempest, the flames, fires. He's using floods. You know what I mean? You're seeing fires in different parts of the world. You're seeing floods in different parts of the world. So the Lord is visiting this place, you know. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, shortages, pestilence, which are plagues, earthquakes in different places, man. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You see also China, Russia, South Korea, drills in February, naval drills. There was a bomb attack. A U.S. attack or incident relating to in Syria, a U.S. Base in Syria, man. So you're seeing a lot of things happening all over the world, man. You know, let's go to 2nd Ezra 16:18. Hearing the wars, I'll get that real quick. 16 and 18. So you hearing of sorrows and different things, wars. So that was pretty much a base, I believe, a base in Syria, embassy base or something, that was attacked. And you had these nations, saying China, Russia, South Africa doing potential naval drills to come next month in February, I believe, around the 17th to the 24th. So that goes with Ezekiel 38, the precursors of that, relating to the different nations, joining together and banding together. And you have the tensions with the continuing tensions with North and South Korea. You know what I mean? They're talking about something. They're breaking that 2018 relating to, I guess, the buffer between North and South Korea, North and South Korea, relating to the airspace. So you're seeing the tensions with that. The intensification that the desire that North Korea wants to do relating to I don't want to get off topic too much, increase in production relating to warheads, nuclear warheads, pretty much more military capability, probably sending more missiles, doing more test runs, so the intensification relating to as far as Kim Jong-un, he's going to intensify more, perhaps 2023. So you're seeing these nations against nations, these kingdoms against kingdoms, these powerful nations against powerful nations, precursors of that. They're building and practicing these proxy wars, these military drills, for example, as I was stating. So you're seeing that, man. Second Ezra 16 and 18. Let me get it. I quoted it. So we're not living in very nice times, man. And know this, that perilous in the last days, perilous times shall happen. The scripture always go to. That's the times we're in. Perilous goes to evil times, man. Even terrible times. Second Ezra 16 and 18. The beginnings of sorrows. We're seeing that. Lament in the morning. Beginnings of mourning. Beginnings of famine and great death. Beginnings of wars. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. All these are evils relating to sorrow, mourning, famine, death. Beginnings of wars. What shall I do? What shall I do when these evils shall come? Pretty much pray for to be taken out of some of these evils, man, by Yahweh Shem Yeshua. So we're seeing the beginnings of these things, man, of sorrows, mourning, famine, which goes to shortages. Look in your stores, for example, great death. You're seeing that all over the place. Beginnings of wars, man. These nations, as I was stating, man. So these are the beginnings of the times relating to what has to happen, man. Let me see what else. Measure thou time diligently in itself. The Lord is beginning to what? Visit the earth which he has made, man. How he's visiting the earth which he has made, man? By visiting it by judgments, man. Sending diversity of judgment and warnings, fearful sights and warnings from the heaven. So that's how the Lord is visiting this place, man. By sending different signs relating to the people on earth relating to judgment, man. Giving them warning of what's to come, man. Little curses or precursors of that. And that's what you're seeing, man. Look what's happening in California with the floods, man. In different parts of the world, man. So that's pretty much a warning or signed by Yahweh Bashem Yashab, by the Lord, man. And this was something short. I hope this helps. I want to give all praise Yahweh Bashem Yashab, Bashem Rakakadash. This is Ayah Wolf. I hope it helps in some way. Shalom. Thanks.